Hey, hello and welcome to Tuesday's development stream at 7:26:22. Let me get my music queued up and I will get into what I'm planning for today. Turn that down a touch so it doesn't blow out everybody's eardrums the second starts playing. Here. There we go. Okay. So, I guess first things first, I did a mini stream the other day, yesterday, because I had something to do, but I still kind of felt like working, so it was about 45, 50 minutes or so. Probably not going to be doing those anymore, at least nothing that's that short, because it sort of left it feeling kind of unfulfilled. You know what I mean? So, probably not going to be doing that sort of stream all too often. Okay, so there's that was from yesterday. Okay, so for today, my main priority, well, I guess I'll figure out when I update the little gold text down there, right down there. So I need a sec to collect my thoughts a little bit, because I've got this map, and my first priority last week, my main goal of last week, was to finish out this map, give it a good test run, make sure that everything feels fun and satisfying, and also works, just in general. And I would call it a pretty successful test. I think everything is really starting to shape up in a way that is satisfying. I did forget to... so one key change that I made is that, you know, the game's all about dodging enemies, like weaving in and out of their patterns, with heavy inspiration from, like, Frogger games. And so one of the critical decisions that I made was I decided to remove... You see this here, how the enemy moves around in a little pattern. What I used to have is I had a little indicator of what their path was, and I have removed that because I think that'll make it more engaging. But I want to test it out first, so we're just gonna give give this whole map a little run through on the, I guess, newer, harder version. I think it's minor, but I think what it'll do is, ooh, I got hit. It'll make all of your minute decision making feel more meaningful. Well, less so decision making, but I think it'll make a lot of your choices feel a little bit more weighty. You know, like, I don't even think that's the word for it. It makes you, okay, I'm trying to do two things at once. What it does is it makes you observe the enemy more carefully and make sure you've got the route down before you decide to act. So it, one, will slow things down a little bit, because you can't assess their path as quickly or as easily. But what you get in exchange is a much more interesting pattern that rewards you for your observational skills. Which, if you ask me, I think that's a worthy trade to make. So, with that, let's keep running through this map. Maybe see if there's any other tweaks that should be made. Okay, so let's go for a couple of attacks just to weaken this guy up a little bit. We're getting a couple pieces of Chrono Trigger music back to back. So that could have sent me big damage. Perfect. I'm gonna mute myself for just a sec. Gotta blow my nose. We're good now. So that's one enemy. There is also a sub-goal baked into the map where you try to fight as few enemies as possible. So I'm going to be trying to achieve my own goal there. I probably, before I release anything, I should probably, like, make sure that I can actually accomplish my own challenge. That'd probably be a good idea. Okay, so one small tweak I just noticed I want to make. For this pattern right here, this guy goes around these trees and loops around. But once you get down here, you can sort of walk along this path to be safe. I think I want to put a little obstacle, like, right here, just to force you to go up and around. Yeah. Hair in my mouth, guys. Okay, so, yeah, so this guy moves around this pattern. So if we put something, like, right here, so you still get this spot to hide, but then you have to jump back into the danger zone and swoop on through there. I think that'll be it's a minor improvement, but I think one that will be effective. Oh, I walked straight into that guy. Oops. Okay, well now we're seeing a potential, what's the word? A potential issue? Not in terms of it being a bad thing, but this is something I needed to test. So this is good that I'm encountering this. Because what I've usually done is just kind of reset, and I haven't tested everything in one fell swoop. Although this just does remind me of something else that I need to be testing, because how this is gonna work, at least how one of the systems in this game is gonna work, is I'm good. Yeah, so I've sort of tested these battles in isolation while giving you the option to do a full heal in between each fight, which means you can get all your energy back, you can get all your health back, so you're back at full reset, and you can do each. Oops. Yeah, so the way I was testing it allowed you to do every single battle in. You could be reckless. You could go all out for every single battle, which is not what it's going to be like in the actual game, because you're going to have limited healing items. You're going to have only so many chances to restore your energy. It's going to be a little bit more limited in that sense. You'll only have so much, so you're not really going to be rewarded for just thoughtlessly spamming your moves. Like, right now here, I'm just attacking him, and it's taking quite a long while. I mean, you can still get through it. These are basic enemies. It's not supposed to be excessively difficult or anything. But at the same time... Okay, that's a little plug-in I have. Ooh, Okay, well, this could have gone a lot better. I just hit 2 more guys. I get to pay a little bit more attention, which is good, right? Because I don't want this to be a complete cakewalk, because it's not hard to clear this map, I don't think. It should be within reasonable bounds, even for somebody who's not super familiar with RPGs. I think it's more than reasonable that somebody could complete this map without too much difficulty, right? But if you want to clear it without hitting anybody, then I think that's a much steeper challenge that'll have a much greater reward to it, which I'm happy about. That's pretty much exactly what I've been trying to do. But first I want to implement a change that would be according to a bit of a shift I wanted to take with the game design. Because one of my ideas has been to... Let me crack a window. There's a little cool air in here. What? Yeah, so one of the ideas I had is... Originally I had currency, which... This would be these little yellow things you pick up off the ground. And you'd only really find them by exploring and doing, like, quests and stuff. So, you'd be very incentivized to go out of your way to explore all the maps, right? But I'm thinking I want to combine... Because I was figuring how I wanted to handle healing items. And I knew I wanted them to be kind of limited, because one of my favorite RPG Maker games, Lisa the Painful, that game handles that sort of system in a very, very clever way, where your healing items are pretty limited in general, like you just don't have too many of them. And your money's also limited, and you have to really think about how you want to use your limited resources. And it really suits that game's kind of oppressive atmosphere. Now, I'm not going to push it as hard as something like Lisa does, because this game is not going to have a it's not going to have too steep nor too harsh of a difficulty ween. Ween? Is that the right word? Whatever. We don't want it to be too oppressive, is the point. So making things super limited, like it does in Lisa, where you have to really think through a lot of your decision-making, we're not gonna quite go that far. But instead, here's what I'm thinking. The idea here is that food is kind of limited, is kind of a limited resource in the CoolZone, this whole cave network that this game takes place in. So it feels only natural that food, being limited, would function as a form of currency. So instead of you picking up these little bits of treasure, or whatever they are, off the ground, instead, you're picking up a little piece of food that you just, scavenged. It's maybe not the best, but you could eat it to restore some health, or you can save it to purchase some upgrades and stuff. And I think that one little thing of, like, do I want to save these to get some really useful abilities and equipment that could help me out a lot later on? Or do I want to use these now to make this momentary thing a little bit easier? You know, I think that's a fun... I think it's a good little bit of decision-making to add on to the player. Okay, so there is something else that I'm thinking I want to implement for sake of functionality. Okay, so first off, we're just going to change the name of potions to food. So it'll heal 25 health, which is a pretty reasonable sum. Yeah. And I'm going to have to edit all these events to, instead of changing gold, we will increase food by 1. And we're gonna just sort of replace all these events where there would be a little piece of gold with some food. Cool. Yeah, I mean, I think that works pretty well. I might put a few more extra in here or there just to give them a little more functional application. What is this guy for? Oh, that's right, that's the save. Yeah, this one was just to test something, so I can get rid of that. Okay, so I'm still gonna need this. This is a little teleporter. This is the spawn point for the player, so I'll keep that as well. So I'm gonna add 2 things, because I really need to see if this works the way I want it. I will want it to. Okay, so we'll call this the merchant. It's howdy there. Would you like to take a glance at my wares? And I don't remember where I put it, but I made like a stupid little merchant sprite back for original CoolZone. So I could just use that as a placeholder for now. Yeah, there he is. This guy. The little smug man opening his cloak, pointing at all of his goods. So we'll show some choices for what you can buy. So I'm really trying to think how I want this all to be balanced, because that's a really important thing. If you're going to sacrifice your healing items, it really needs to feel like it's worthwhile. So each thing that you're purchasing should have, one, an appropriate value, and 2, it should, it needs to be balanced. It's just more, it's a matter of figuring out how to determine that value and keep it fitting for what you're getting. So what you could buy, I'm thinking it could be like a one-time item that would permanently give you a bit of a boost to your characters, or an item that would provide a that would give, like, when equipped, it would unlock a new skill for a character. That could be something. I think each one would just need to have a little bit of options to them. Okay, so we're gonna do... We'll call this a, the item would be like a, Vitality crystal. And, like, they eat it to get health or something. So this will be like a way to just get a small stat buff. We'll call this Dynamic Crystal. Yeah. So this will be for like a health increase and like an attack increase. Yeah, because there'll be ones for like individual stat increases and group-wide increases. You have the Vitality Crystal, you have the Dynamic Crystal. So I need to think of skills that you could actually unlock. Probably one for each of them here. Something like that. Could make a eyeball poke where you debuff the attack for a bit. I could make that a something that requires equipping. I can make Cool Think. Make that something that you have to equip. And you could use Wacky Bonk. Sure, who doesn't love gambling? So we're gonna go to the actors, we're gonna remove the skills that we're gonna lock behind the equipable. Yeah. And then we're gonna make a couple of items. So we'll set the max to like 50, because we know we're gonna be using these for a while. Let's go to like 25, just so we have some space, and call these equipables. Yeah. So we'll have what are we gonna call each item? We'll just call it like dice or something. Something that implies randomness. Maybe some sort of like critical thing, critical whatever. I could make like a Risk of Rain 2 reference. Great glasses. Give these to Dorbo. And he'll gain an attack that does a lot or a little damage. Hidden item A, hidden item B? I don't remember what those things are. I guess it'll be a regular item? Oh wait, no, I'm dumb. That should be under armor. Yeah. Hold on, I'm gonna delete that. This is already gonna have a ton of under armor. Let's set the max to like 90. So 1 to 30 can be like armor you pick up, and then these can be we'll call them badges, like Paper Mario, just so I can sort of mentally remember what that's for. We'll call these the crit glasses. Allows Dwarbo to access a move that does either a lot or little damage. Okay, so since you're gonna have to actually unlock this, I'm gonna make it a little bit more lucrative. I'm gonna give it a slight damage bump, and slightly increase its MP cost as well. Because you should, even with like the variance of how much damage it can actually do, you're gonna, because it has a slightly higher damage output, just base, like regardless of the randomness, you're gonna have a higher average damage by using that, so it should be a little bit more, but also have the cost of like having to equip it. So yeah, on the crit glasses, equip. Then we'll make it an accessory. Yeah, so I've got weapons, clothes, accessories. So how do because what I want to do is have it so that each character has like maybe 2-3 slots that they can equip stuff in. Yeah, I'm just gonna try to make multiple slots for one thing. Maybe it's under classes? No. Because they'll have the same equip type. Slot type? No. Other skill, equip weapon. Well, this just auto-equips a weapon by default. Which isn't really what we're looking for. Oh, enables the equip, okay. Well, shoot, it's accessory thing's not even showing up here for some reason. Block equip? No, we don't really want to do that either. Seal equip. Thinking. I don't know why this is being finicky. Whatever. If you can equip this, it'll add the skill. It'll add a specific skill being Wacky Bonk. Yeah, that's it. Armor type, none. Accessory, yeah. So those are the crit glasses. Next one we put in is actually, you know what? We'll just test what we have right now. So we've got this guy right here. He'll sell you a couple different items. One of those items will be the crit glasses. So it'd be like, so he'll be like something like, interested in those glasses? They grant a blue wearer to use an attack that could do very little, will do a ton of damage, but could also do very, very little damage. Interested in buying it for one piece of food photo? Yeah, I mean, that works well enough, I suppose. And we'll make the text look a little nicer. We'll add a shake to the interested in buying. And we'll add a color here. And a little color right here. So it could do a ton of damage, but it could also do very little damage. Blah. I keep getting little hairs in my mouth. Is there something floating around in it? Around in here? We'll emphasize blue wearer as well. Then we'll make that like, what color's blue? Is blue? One. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so you pick the crit glasses, then we'll show a choice of it or nah. Yeah or nah. And then if you say no, it'll be like, but it would have been a great purchase. And we'll add a little shake. So then we'll run a conditional here. If party has... Can I check the quantity? Because that's kind of an important thing. Because these aren't some of these are going to cost more than just one, you know? Probably going to have to do with a script, I bet. Yeah, I think that's probably how it's going to have to work. Okay, let me see if I can find one already from online. GMaker MV, check to see if player has certain number of items. Oh boy. Okay, so I think I'm gonna want to do something like this, where it's $game party dot has item food. And game party dot num items item. Is greater than or equal to 1, because 1's the price. I don't know if that's gonna work. I really hope it does. If, yeah, game party has item food and game party items. I think this should work. On paper, I believe it should at least, but this is a computer screen, so we'll see. Oh, hold on, I should have looked a little further down the forum post. Somebody made a revision. Game party, okay, hold on. We're gonna revise it, rewrite. Game party dot num items food. Or maybe ID 1? I don't know if I have to use ID or the name of it. Well, I guess we'll try both. Greater than or equal to, let's say 2 for the sake of testing. If gameparty.num items food is, okay, well, you know what, we're gonna check the master script list for this. I know this is everybody's favorite parts of the stream, looking through the massive list of wall of scripts and stuff. Because this is add items. We don't really want to do anything about adding items. Returns item. Okay, well, this returns... Aha, okay, num items, items. Okay, so game party, num items, item. Okay, so this is pretty much what we want. Okay. So we just have to use the weapon ID, not the weapon ID, the ID of the food, of the item in the database, which is, in our instance, is going to be 1. So we'll put 1 there. If it's greater than or equal to 2, so if you have more than 2, if you have 2 or more of food item number 1, which is food, just called food, then the script will run. And we'll create an else branch for, yeah, we'll have an else branch. So, if you don't have enough, he'll be like, hey, we'll add Jake. That's not nearly enough. Or like, hey, you don't even have enough. And we'll increase the size. So then if you say yes, it will change items food, decrease by 1. Ooh, I just thought of something else. Is there a way to close off an option? Yeah, because the way RPG Maker does things is that it sort of has an automatic, like, shop system, where it just uses gold. Well, it uses whatever currency is that the game uses, which would be very convenient to just be able to use instead of having to do this whole complicated, like, choice system. Because then I could just run a shop menu, which would just be probably 300,000 times easier to get executed. Instead of having to do this sort of painful choice thing. Okay, Okay, actually, no, I think I have an idea. So I'm gonna put this next to here as another thing that's gonna be. Oops, sorry. It's gonna be constantly checking things. It's gonna be constantly running, and it's going to change the number of food to the number of gold, so I can sort of use them interchangeably, if that makes any sense. We're gonna change gold. Can I pick variable? Variable. Okay. So I'm gonna have to set up more variables, I think. Yeah, so what I think this is gonna do is we're gonna make a variable. We're gonna call it where do I put this? Let's put it right here. So we'll call this variable food. And what'll happen is that this will be constantly running, and it will constantly set... This actually might be much harder than I thought. I thought I had an easy solution worked out in my head, but I don't think I do. Yeah, because my idea was to have a separate variable that tracks your food and your items, so it could be used as both the in-game currency and as a usable item. But that's not quite how it's working out. Okay, you know what? I think I'm just gonna take the easy solution. We're gonna undo that thing I did, and we're gonna just make it increase your gold by 1. Which, I mean, it's not gold. We're still gonna call it like scrap or whatever. And we'll just make it so you can buy food an infinite amount of times at a store. It's a much easier solution, so we're just gonna do with that. We're gonna put a bunch of gold here for the sake of debugging and testing and whatnot. So, we're gonna just... No more of that. That was overly complicated. It's not worth it. Let me find that sprite again. I probably shouldn't have deleted it. Okay, so we got this guy. We're gonna open... I don't actually know how to do it. I don't think I've made a shop before, which is... Considering that I've used this engine for 217 hours, I feel like I probably should have a better idea of how to do things like create a store. Okay, so party, game progression, flow control, scene control, shop processing, aha! Purchase only, no selling. Can buy food. It'll be for 1 gold. I need to figure out if there's a way to make limited quantities, because you're not going to want to buy more than one of an equipment. So we'll make the crit glasses available for, let's say 1 as well, because they're not crazy, it just gives you 1 extra little ability. Oh, I should update my gold text. Making a store. Store. Making a store. Let me grab that. And there we go. Alright. So we'll sell the crit glasses for 1 as well. Okay, so this is another RPG Maker forums question to ponder. RPG Maker MV only sell 1 of an item in shop. That's impossible in the default engine? What? You can't limit the number of things that somebody can buy? That's not like baked in? This is thinking engine, I tell ya. Because I don't want the player to have to, like, accidentally buy the same, like, or multiple things. That would just be really annoying, wouldn't it? Alright, well, I'm gonna have to do something I did not want to do, and we're gonna have to bring back the conditional branch. We're bringing it back. That whole thing I just spent, like, 15 minutes making and then deleted. It turns out I do need that, in fact. We're bringing it back. Conditional branch. Okay, so we're gonna ask the question. The question. Your choices. Like, thing 1, thing 2, and we'll call this one, you know, great glasses. Great glasses doorbell. So if you pick this, then it'll be like, interested in these glasses for your... Wait, this doesn't fix anything, because it still lets you buy repeats of an item. You know what? I think I've got a better solution. Screw this. Screw all this complicated noise. We're gonna just make a... We're just gonna open the shop menu. And we're just gonna make it be nice and easy. So you can sell your stuff, you can buy your stuff for the same price, which seems much easier. So if you accidentally buy more than one, you can just sell it back and get that money refunded. So that's, instead, a lot less annoying. I think that'll work. I think that's fine. And I'll set the prices 1. Cool. That should be it. That should fix the problem. I don't think I'm gonna have to worry about this anymore. I think it's fine. Alright, brain. So, let's give it a test run. And that should fix it, or else I'm gonna... It should be a solution, at least. Or else I'm gonna lose it. Ugh, I gotta fix this menu, too. This doesn't look good at all. Okay, so we're gonna... Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. And we got a bunch. Get some money, get some money. Wait, I can't buy the crew glitch? Oh, it's because I spent all my money. So now I buy the crit glasses. But I bought the crit glasses. Yeah, right there. Why can't I equip it? I have to change... okay, well, I'm gonna change these names around, because that's something I need to do with the menus, but that's not right now. Maybe... Equip armor close? Maybe I have to make... Okay, so maybe what I have to do is make accessories and armor type. Maybe that's what I need to do. So we'll get rid of that and make accessory, which these will just be your little equips. We'll come up with a more interesting name than just accessory, because that's a little boring. It's a little dull. Okay, so we've got Dorbo, and we want to take crit glasses and make it like clothes, I guess, accessory. Sure, whatever. And we're gonna allow them to equip armor, accessory. And just to see if it works like that, I'm gonna copy-paste that a few times, just to see if that gives him a couple extra slots. If it does, that is super convenient, and we'll fix the issue. Please? What? What? Huh? Hmm? Why are they on clothes? I don't want that. I don't want that to be what I... I'm confused. Alright, I don't understand how this works. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna fix this. I'm gonna fix something first before it... This is kinda driving me up the wall. We're gonna go to the HUD maker. Not the HUD maker. We're gonna go to the menu editor. And... Actually, okay, hold on. I need to figure out my dimensions first. So I'll go to the save dude. Because I want the dimensions to be kind of comparable to this. So go to menu editor, window.help. Okay, so I'm going to take note with a little, probably just like a notepad file. So we want width 375, height 72. And the main thing to be 1008. So that's height. And width is going to be 700. Cool, perfect. So we got that. And then we can resize this to make it look less terrible. Move everything around so I can still see my notes. Okay, so we're going to shrink this down to... Let's make this the 375. Perfect. By 72. Oh wait, this is the description window for like how much stuff costs. Yeah, okay, I'm probably gonna have to make that a little bit larger. Window gold can be pretty small. Window shop command can be pretty small. So we're gonna set this width to... We'll set this one to 700 by... Oh, I see what it's doing, okay. So let's set this to 3 and 1. 1. There we go. Let's line it center-wise and make it width like 500. 200. Wait, it said center. Center alignment, please. 50. Yeah, sure. Okay, then this is what we really need to work on. Height for this is going to be 1008, 1008, and 700. Yeah, this is kind of what I'm looking for. So I guess we can really worry about it a little bit more once we have an idea of how this is going to be structured, but the idea is that the background for this will be an image. So you won't be seeing like a phased-out version of the map, you'd be seeing like a specific custom-drawn image. And the idea is you'd have the little merchant in his stand, like, pointing at his wares, and like, his wares would be like this. So maybe we'd put it like, we'd have the merchant like right here, and you'd have it right here. So you'd have the commands like right in front of the merchant guy, you'd have your wares right up here, you'd have a little description underneath on the bottom of the stand. That sort of thing. I don't know why the font for this one is so, like, smaller than the rest. It's kind of bothering me, honestly. But, whatever, I suppose that's something else we can continue to refine. Oops. Although, actually, I need to make this... This needs to be correctly sized so you can actually read the text. Yeah, sure, whatever. I gotta resize it. Alright, whatever. We're gonna resize it when the time comes. When we actually have, like, a background to put it all onto. It's fine. It annoys me, but it's fine. So we're gonna buy the crit glasses. For some reason, they're counting as clothes. So it's just, okay, so there's weapon. So, okay, so there's armor types. I don't get what the difference is between armor types and equipment types, because I guess equipment types are things you can equip. And so I guess clothes are a subcategory, so I have to allow them to equip accessories and then individual accessories? Is that how it works? I don't get it. dang it. There we go. Whenever somebody decides to play a game, it likes to pop up right there, cover my whole screen. Not their fault, obviously, but very annoying. Okay, so it's gonna allow to they can equip clothes and accessories. Sure. Why not? Why not? Gotta love me some water. Okay, this is good. Song's good, I mean, but I'm gonna get something to hype me up a little bit. Give me some energy. Let me push through. Yeah, I got Megalomania from Live Alive, which I've been playing a lot of lately. Very fun game. Okay, so crack my knuckles. So I've got the basic stuff in. So we've got this is an armor, so we're gonna make an accessory armor type. Yeah, we'll make a double accessory. Maybe that'll fix it. Maybe? I don't know. So we're gonna buy the crit glasses. And you're gonna give Dorbo crit glasses. Okay, well it works. It works. Does that give him... It does. Okay, well it works. It functions, right? It's on a base level. It is functional. But I can't help but... I don't know, there's still more things that I want this to do that it's not doing quite yet. Like I had mentioned, I wanted to have a couple of different slots where you could equip stuff, so you'd have accessory, accessory, accessory. Because what I'm thinking is that you would have... I kind of want to get rid of the weapon category, because I'm not really planning on letting you change what your weapon is, because it's only going to be like each character is going to attack in a way that's very natural to the character. So I'm going to actually go ahead and rename a lot of those. So we'll just like his headbutt, fist, foot. So, you know, bonk, punch. You know, they can't see my kick, but imagine I just kick the ground. That's because that's what I did. We'll even give them little descriptions. Using the power of Dorbo's noggin, any foe would fear this mighty weapon. Rumble's fists may not be the strongest, but they will leave a mark. I can't... Okay, closing out again, so it goes away. There you go. Open Steam on accident. Wow, Multiverses, play for free. Really will, actually. That game looks fun. Alright, well, back to the other music I had on. Foot. Foot, a weapon capable of swift, careful attacks. Sure. So, each one has a little bit more personality now to them. Speaking of personality, I'm gonna change these names around a little bit, so that they have a little bit more punch, a little more personality. because these are a little boring as is. So, we've got levels. Levels aren't really going to exist in this game. Like, we're just probably straight up not going to have levels at all. At least not in the traditional sense. Anyways. So, we've got level, which is... we've got health, HP. Energy, NRG, which this is good. These two are probably what I'm going to stick with. You know, coolness, cool, XP, XP, which we're probably not going to be using. So what all do I want to change these to? Okay, no, I know what I can do with this. We had sort of discussed, me and my dev team, an idea that we wanted to do, since CoolZone is a game that's so focused on like being cool as a concept. One of the things we're gonna do is like maybe have some sort of in-game like reputation that will increase by doing certain actions, like say clearing a room without encountering enemies, without fighting too many of them, something like that. That really helps tie everything together. So instead of level, we'll have reputation, which we can call rep, and you getting your reputation increased, well, it won't directly, like... It won't actually, like, really mean anything, at least not in terms of levels. Like, it won't... Having a reputation increase won't boost your stats or anything. Although, that's actually not a bad idea. Maybe we will, actually. I'll have to talk to my dev team about that. In fact, I'm gonna take a note of that. Because I really like that idea. Because instead of getting, like, a level up and experience through, instead of getting, like, an EXP bonus by, like, fighting enemies, you get it by doing whatever task the game wants you to do in that moment. So whether it be fighting something, then yeah, you can get some EXP. Or we're probably gonna call it, like, respect or something. And you can get a stat increase if you do these tasks. Like, oh, you cleared this room without fighting any enemies. Cool, here's a bonus. You know? Something like that would fit whatever tone each respective area is going for. Alright, well, I've added that to my notes, so I'm going to probably talk about that with my my team on Thursday. Okay, so we're going to change this. Reputation, rep. Respect. That was cut res. I don't think I really need to change these around too much, because it's not really magic. It's energy. So maybe, and we'll keep it as like attack, maybe like strength or something. Yeah, we'll call it like strength. I think it's a little cooler. Strength, defense, max HP, max energy. So this is magic attack and magic defense. I think I'm gonna call it technique and... I mean, they all kind of functionally are the same, because we're not really using like regular attack and defense, and we're not really categorizing the damage differently, so I don't know if there's much purpose in it, although I could go through and sort of give each one a bit more of a clear definition, like given Big Bonk is like HP damage. Yeah, it's a physical attack. And then we could make others like magical attacks. Which is probably worth doing. Yeah, just to give it a little bit more depth. So we'll call it technique, and what would be a good defense term for like energy-based attacks? Like maybe technique and... What's like a good synonym for block that would be fitting for like technique? Dodge? Well, that would be like evasion, wouldn't it? Call it speed. Hit rate, hit, evasion, sure, that's pretty self-explanatory. Although we're not really going to use evasion, I don't think, so... I might want to try to cull from the menu some stats that we're just not going to be using. Like, I don't think I'm going to be using evasion rate, or hit rate, or anything. Like, at least not for the players, because the player's going to be able to hit stuff. Well, some skills might not have 100% hit rate, so... I guess it's probably worthwhile still having. I'm still just trying to figure out a good name for magic defense. I could call it something else defense, like tech defense, tech block. Deck defense, sure. It'll do for now anyways. Okay, so, battles. I'm gonna change items to stuff, because I like that more. Formation, that's just not gonna be an option. So we're just gonna delete that entirely. Options. Options, just keeping it simple. Save, game end, quit. Status. Could change a condition, but condition's not too fitting of a word, I don't think. Change equip to clothes. Skill to moves, because, yeah, not all of them are necessarily skills, some are just moves. Or maybe abilities? Abilities as well. Well, I guess they're all... they're skills, and then they have different types. So we'll just call it moves. Because that could be... Moves can be really anything. So what do we want to do for status? What's like a fun word for status, for condition? You know what, we're going to... Going to synonym.com. Thesaurus.com. And we're gonna type in status. What's a fun word for status? Condition, dignity, place, position, prestige, prominence. I don't think these are quite what we're really looking for, is it? Maybe condition. What if we do condition? Action, case, plight, position, quality, ball game, estate. Huh? These are not synonyms for status. At least not the way we're trying to do it. Well, that wasn't helpful. Status. What's a good word for status? Info? I'll just call it info. Whatever. Guard. Block, although we don't actually have a guard attack in. Escape. Book it. Fight. So this would be like you can fight or run. Let's do it. Yeah, so you can do it. Let's do it, or book it. We'll just call it like fight him or book it. I think that's got some good personality to it. So attack. What do I want to change attack to? Because I think attack as is fine. A little boring, but fine. So... We could just call it attack. Attack is simple. But I feel like it could be a little bit more, a little cooler, like whack, attack, strike, lash, bonk. I think attack is probably the best, because all three of them will have something called an attack. Like Dorobo's is a bonk. It would make the most sense for his to be called a bonk, but not all of them have a bonk. Yeah, so it's a little boring, but we'll keep it as attack for now. Okay, so weapons. I don't really know what else to call it other than a weapon, because it's not really your weapon, it's just what they use to attack. I kind of want to remove that from the list if I can. Because you're not going to be able to change your weapons at all, and there's not really any point to seeing it. So... I don't know. So we got that. What do we want to change your armor to? Actually, we already have that. Clothes. Important stuff. Optimize. Best. Clear. Remove. Buy. Gimme. I mean, I want to inject this game with as much personality as I can, but I don't want to function. I don't want to impact functionality if I can, because like if I change some of the words around too much, then I think you'll like start. It'll start losing a little bit of its clarity, which I don't really want. Like buy and sell, it's boring, but I think it's kind of a necessary boring. New game, continue. Those will be the same. Title. Menu. To main menu. Sure. Cancel, whatever. auto run, sure. I'll just call it command memory. So this is music volume. Background sound, which is like... I guess I sometimes forget exactly. I think those are just no, I see sound effects. It's a little confusing what all these music categories are for, because there's okay, battle music, which is, you know, pretty self-explanatory. It's just music. You get background sound, just like noises. What's Emmy again? That's right. Emmy is like event music. So that's like game over, that's like resting at an inn, stuff like that. And then there's... And there's sound effects. So... Okay, we're gonna... So it's music volume, ambiance volume. Emmy is gonna be like event music volume. Like Stinger volume? Let's go with Stinger. And SE will be sound effect volume. What is possession, like, stuff? Oh, it's got stuff. So EXP total. So what if I call it, like, percent respect? Because this will be, like, the value of how much you have. Okay, so we'll put something like this to next reputation level. Let me look at what I have right now to see if it works, if it makes sense. Okay, so we got stuff, moves, clothes, info, options, save, quit. Sure. Info, yeah. Respect. Why does it say respect? Reputation for a rep increase. Oh, because it's not gonna show. It doesn't show the value. It shows how. It's saying what it's called for a rep increase. Got it. I see. Yeah, so I want to redo that, because they're all going to have the same respect level overall, reputation. So I want to add that to the status menu, and remove their individual values, and sort of make it one collective thing, if I can. But that's not a priority. So let's call it respect. Seems a little long-winded to have a respect till next reputation upgrade. It's a little long-winded, but whatever. Where are you saving it? Which one are you loading? I like these, but they maybe need a little bit more consistency with the rest of it. Where are you gonna save? Which one do you loading? You messed up the grammar on that one. Which one you gonna load? Or which one you wanna load? Yeah, okay, cool. File. Save. Already named the trio. The coolest trio in the zone. A little more fun. Okay, so I like these. Came out of nowhere. They attacked. Struck first. So I wanna, like I said, these all need to have a certain degree of personality. So it's like a fun way of saying the enemy attacked before you did. Could be like they got the jump on you. Yeah. Got the jump on us. Or, hey, it's got the jump. Got caught off guard. Was attacked. Unexpectedly. Tried to book it. They couldn't get out of there. Easy victory, sure. Skill issue. Probably not gonna be an actual game. I'm gonna go ahead and remove that before I forget about it, because that's just like kind of gonna be dated, meme-wise, by the time the game actually releases. But made me laugh. Oops. Probably should have played that better. Just taunt the player a little bit. Received. Gained. Wait, so what is 1% and 2? I think 1%'s the name of it, and 2% is the value. So one is like, since our EXP is respect, it'd be respect blank gained, or blank respect gained. So if I get rid of the 1, then... I mean, we don't really need this one, honestly, because you're only going to get your EXP through, like, events, and you're not going to get gold through anything either. You're not going to get items by defeating people either. Level up, you're not going to see this message really either. Yeah, like, a lot of these things are just aren't gonna show up. Obtain skill, blank learned. Yeah, I mean, it's an easy way to do it, I think, kind of. Alright. Critical to enemy. An excellent hit. Wow, that one did big numbers. Oh no. Critical damage. Or, oh no, big numbers. I shouldn't laugh. I shouldn't laugh at this. This is stupid. Okay, blank actor took damage. So, oh no, they took blank damage. I don't think we really need to change that. They recovered, they gained, they lost. Drained. Ha! It took no damage. You missed. I think the player would read that as they missed. So enemy took damage, yada yada, they took no damage, yada yada, okay. I mean, a lot of this stuff I really would like to change and give a little bit more personality, but there's not really much benefit to doing that right now. Because as fun as it is to sort of tweak with the things and make it kind of silly and goofy, there comes a point when you would be really interfering with functionality, which is, like I said, really one of the last things that I want to do with any of these changes. Like, personality is important as long as it still retains all of its intended function. At least that's how I tend to go about it, how I tend to think about these things. I'm gonna move the little shop guy, like, right up here. So you feel compelled to, like, talk to him. You're like, oh, he's got some things I can buy, because there's a mini-boss right here, and you're probably gonna want to be able to buy some upgrades. Yeah. Okay, so we changed up a couple of the titles, the names and stuff. It's a little bit more fun, a little more personality-packed, a little more rich in liveliness and fun. So I forgot to do this, but I need to give there's going to be like an equivalent item per character, which gives each of them an accessible skill. So Rumble's going to need his. We're going to call him Cool Shades. Allows Rumble to think about how cool he is to gain some coolness. And this will add skill. Cool thinking. And it'll be accessory. Price 1. And we'll call this one, this is for Grimblina. So we'll call it like a fighting manual. Maybe we'll make this something that Grimblina can equip. Like, I mean, she can use. So we'll take the fighting manual and actually, that's an idea. So maybe instead of making these as limited as they are, where you have to like buy it and then equip it to a slot, maybe just buy it and then you can use the item to learn that skill, which I think is probably more. Yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. We're doing that. I like that more. I like that more. So we're like 25. We're gonna call it skill gain. So we'll have crit glasses, cool shades, fighting manual. Actually, we'll call it like yeah, because you wouldn't like use like a piece of clothing forever. So like for Frumble, he'll have this, which will let him think about how cool he is and gain it. So he reads a motivational book and takes a lesson away from it, which he can use in combat, which I think is a lot more fun. At least conceptually. I mean, gameplay-wise, it's exactly the same, but it's a little personality tweaks that I think can really help improve a game like this, especially something like this that is super personality driven. So what do I change these to? Maybe like What would Dwarbo utilize to like learn how to be more reckless? Maybe it's like some sort of book on recklessness. That doesn't really make much sense though, does it? Like call it like dangerous book. Sure. Oh, actually, no, I've got a better idea. We're gonna give Dorbo Wacky Bonk, because Wacky Bonk's just kind of a weird move, and I don't think maybe it's probably not the best pick for something you're gonna pay for. But Reckless, on the other hand, Reckless, on the other hand, that's something that you would want to pay for, because what that does is that it's a stamp that lets you do like a good chunk more damage with every attack. Drawback is you also take a good chunk more damage, so I think that's something that's more worthwhile to purchase. So it adds Reckless if you read it. Wait. No, I don't think Items, yeah, because we want these to be consumable. Type regular item, consumable, yes, price 1. Occasion, only in the menu screen. Scope, 1 ally. Certain hit, yada yada, I don't really need to do that, any of this stuff too much. Learn skill. Reckless. Inspires the reader to think of themselves as cool. I should really turn off my little Steam notifications there, as they're kind of getting annoying. Okay, so use it only in the menu screen. Yes, it's consumable, price 1, scope 1 ally, yada yada. Add state, or learn skill. Cool thinking. There it is. Oh, can I... This is a concern. Can I limit specifically... No, okay. I'm trying to figure out if I can limit this to just one character, because it would be really kind of dumb of me if I let the player learn a skill that they just cannot use. Like, that wouldn't really make much sense, would it? Nope. No, it would not. Yeah. Teaches the user about some fighting moves to disadvantage enemies. Regular item, 1 ally, only use in the menu screen. Yes, consumable, price of 1. And it will teach, it will add, it will learn skill, should be eyeball poke. There we go. Okay, so we got those in. Put this in for the sake of testing it all over again. Here's the part that I am concerned about, and it sort of comes in with the functionality of everything and trying. Like, I feel like there's gonna be a lot of little issues like that, which I really would like to sort out if at all possible. So we'll add these items in, and we'll test them. We'll see if they work as intended, and then try it from there. Because if there's like some sort of system in place that prevents you from using them on somebody who couldn't actually use that skill, that'd be super duper handy. But I kind of feel like it won't have something that's that convenient. Okay, so we'll buy this, we'll buy this, we'll buy this. Where's the picture? Sometimes that just happens. There's a picture here that sometimes just goes in. Yeah, I get a feeling this isn't gonna work, is it? I don't think this is gonna work at all. Dang it, man. Because it's probably gonna let me just go to my... Oh, see, there we go. Now it shows up. You can tell that it's showing up because my webcam is now completely blown out with color. No, it lets me use it on characters who can't even use it. Dude, come on. What? Oh no, I gotta get rid of that. You can just max out your cool meter. I should fix that right away, in fact. Battle screen, only battle screen. There we go. Now you can't cheat and fill up your meter instantly. Okay, so they all learned the moves that they should. Like, everybody has the things they should get from their respective abilities. But, like, okay, here's the problem. Here's the issue. Here's our beef. Ugh. I don't want the player to be able to use these on characters who can't even learn the skills that they're for. It's like, that just... there's just no point in that. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Okay, maybe if I can do Veggie Maker MV limit. Item can only be used on certain party members. Item class restriction. Oh boy, okay, well I gotta get a plugin set up. Which, those tend to be kind of annoying, but I'll figure that out. Add it to the list of things to do, I guess. Limit usage of skill gaining items to only relevant party member. So, that is just yet another thing that needs to be done. That needs to be done. Yeah, let me check out of curiosity, see if this is... Yep. I like checking my little Twitch things every once in a while, the Twitch chat thing, because it says, like, users in chat, gives, like, a list of people. And it's very, very rarely is there anybody who's actually, like, in the... For some reason, it doesn't seem like people in chat tend to show up there as much as they probably should. And it's just full of bots. It's just robots. Trying to scam somebody. Maybe even me. Maybe me, maybe you. Could be anybody. Okay, well, we know we want to get that in now. I've got... Okay, well, we got my, my task list in place. Okay, so I'm taking a look at my task list. I got it on my side monitor here. Okay, no. I got something else that I need to work on. So here's a little bug that I've run into from time to time, where should be in troops. Yeah, okay. So let's go with let's make another test enemy. It'll just be a regular guy. We'll call this double bug fix test help. Where if the enemy HP is at 50% or below, like we'll even say like 70%, so it doesn't take too long to get there. There is a particularly detrimental bug that I've come across while testing, where so here's a well, you can't really see him, but there he is. Here's a boss fight. What will happen is that if his health bar gets below 75%, he'll do an attack. Now what I'm trying to do is figure out how to force the enemy to end their turn after they do this attack. Because here's what happens a lot of the time. Oh, get the hiccups. So the enemy you'll hit the enemy. They'll go under their threshold. They'll attack you, and then they'll get a turn again, and then they hit you again in the same turn. And that can majorly screw some things up, which is bad. We don't want that to happen. So what I need to do is see if I can figure out how to end the enemy turn, if that is at all possible. Force action? No. Is there a way to end the turn? Like, is that possible? Because I really don't want, like... I mean, I might have to just redo the way I do battles a little bit, if not. Because all I really want to do is that you just end the battle in the turn of the enemy once they do one of their big moves. So let's go to... Let's check the forums again. This is a common thing that I tend to do these days. RPG Maker Envy. End enemy turn. Okay, well maybe there's a way to, like, stop enemy from taking turn? Oh, there's a wait skill. Maybe I can set it so that the enemy will use a certain skill? This is a real chin scratcher of a problem. Yeah, so I just want to figure out how to stop the enemy from continuing to fight you. So I can use states. Okay, so I think this is what I'm gonna have to do. I'm gonna have a state called tired. Let's go like waiting or something. If they're inflicted with the state, is waiting. Sure, they're waiting. And what this will do is, can I move? Can't do anything. And it'll be normal. It'll be normal. Sure. It'll just remove at turn end. Sure. So what'll happen is that they'll attack you and then become tired. So what should happen here is they'll attack you, so it'll force the action, but then it'll put them in a state where they cannot act for the rest of the turn. Okay, I think that's a good solution. Because like I was saying, the issue was that the enemy would decide to attack you, and then spacing my words here. He would attack you, and then he would. Yeah, whatever. I already explained it. It's fine. Yeah, let's go ahead and just test it on this guy to see if that indeed fixes my issue. Oh, he's super low. Hold on. Actually, I'm thinking about rebalancing things. Now might be a good time to do so. So let's set everybody the attacks of these weapons to 0. Because I want to slightly tweak the damage values a little bit so that the enemies and you are doing comparable amounts of damage. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Let's see how much we're doing to this guy now. 13. 19. 4. Wait, 4? How do you do 4 damage? Is the attack that much lower? That was 11. 19. 4. Okay, well I don't know why Frumble's doing so little damage here. Did I really give him that little attack? Oh, I guess I did. Okay, well I'm gonna give him more. That's too little. Far too little. Oh. I don't know what's going on. My Ethernet's plugged in. It seems like my stream's taking some quality views. It's going up and down and all around. Which is not ideal. Far from it, in fact. Oh well. So that should even out the damage values a little bit, but everybody's doing about half of the damage that they would otherwise, so I'm just gonna set everything to, like, 300? Oh, even 300 is probably a lot for how much damage they're doing now. Like 100, 200, it's like 300, 400, 500, 700. That is a super boss, which that's my little man, my little guy from CoolZone, the original Proto Dorbo. He's my favorite. Anyways, that should be a little more balanced now. We're gonna give this a test run, just to see, because I want the damage values to be a little bit more sensical, logical, understandable, smaller a little bit, but not too small. So, doing 12 damage, sure. 20 damage, sure. 12 damage, sure. Is the thing is this working at all? Oh, he doesn't. I actually had him use a move that he can't use. He'll just use attack, or now he'll use charge. And to make sure we know that it's happening, he'll say like, "Wowza, this is a test." Lamau. That ought to do it. Oh, I don't know, I was talking like I was British. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Alright, let's hit him a couple times. That should presumably fix it. Is this working? It doesn't seem like it is. So if enemy health is at 70% or below, then force this guy to use charge on himself. Use charge on him. And it should show this text. Come on. Or maybe I accidentally give this guy a billion health? I guess we'll check it next turn. Well, he charged. Which is something he just does normally. Maybe I didn't save the changes to his health. Alright, well, I'll look into that. Was he double charged? Was he double charged? Is that a thing you can do? Did I overlook the fact that you could double charge? That's a fucking crazy concept. So they didn't. It didn't work. Oops. And remove states. Oh yeah. Okay. No, so it shouldn't. It shouldn't be able to stack. I don't think he was. He wasn't double charged. Would he? That's crazy if that's what happened. RPG Maker tells you it is wacky. It is zany. It is full of hijinks. Okay, sorry, I kind of lost track of my thoughts for a second there. So we got this guy now, which we need to set his health. Regular guy. Oh, yeah, I didn't save it at all. What the heck? Did I cancel or something? I guess I must have. Yeah, so we're just gonna have to go through all these and change their health around to be a little bit more reasonable. Oh, no, they all saved except for the dude. Okay, so they all saved except for the one person that I needed to change the most. Sure. Alright, so he should theoretically do this testing thing after only one turn. Wowza, this is a test. Well, now. Then he charges. I think it worked. Actually, I think that I think that just worked. Actually. Well, let's test it on old guy here. So we get him under 75% health, which at this point is he's got 500 health, so it's like it's an amount. It's an amount of health. Let's test this to see if I indeed, whoops. Yeah, change enemy state, boss, plus waiting. So force them to wait for a turn. Yeah, so I think that if I did my If it did everything correctly, then that should 100% have fixed it. Oh, I like this. Fight him or book it. This is much nicer than attack or run. It's a very small tweak, very, very minor, I understand, but it's nice. It's a nice little tweak. It's a nice, it's good change. Okay, big bonk, yeah, wacky bonk. Oh yeah, got all our stuff. Let's go to buff. And oh yeah, the moves I usually use for my strategies here are not viable, so I'll just charge and then shoot him, I think. Blue's blue, which is more against red. But yellow's more against blue, so we'll turn Crumble to yellow. Okay, so Crumble's all charged up. He launched a rock, which did a good chunk of damage. Okay, we've got infinite of these. So I get distracted by the stupidest things. Like I was just moving moving the arrow keys to the beat of the rhythm there. Beat of the rhythm? I don't think it's with that. Whatever. It's fine. It's fine. We're gonna nerf this guy's defense bit. So we're gonna shoot him for very big damage. We're gonna keep his defense down. Better not underestimate me. Guys, be careful. We should probably get this ban up as soon as we can. Yada yada. And then he stopped, and that was his turn. Perfect. It works. It works. I fixed it. I fixed the bug. It is fixed. It is solved. It is vamoose. It's kaput. Now, for some reason, Dorbo just straight up seemed like he took less damage. Which I don't want to happen. I don't know why he took less damage. It's not like he has anything equipped. His stats should be exactly the same. Yeah, he doesn't have anything like equipped that would give him more defense. He just didn't take damage for some reason. Maybe because like there's variance to how much damage something can deal. So like, you know, you got an attack that'll do 10 damage with a variance value of 20%. So it could do 20% more, 20% less. It could do it like 8 damage or 120 or 12 damage. It's anywhere between that range. So maybe it's got a high variance, so somehow it just didn't deal damage. I don't know. It's a weird consistency issue that I really would like to get sorted out because it's kind of annoying. And I'd really rather avoid any undue malfunctioning or malfeasance. I don't think malfeasance is an apt term here, but I just really like saying malfeasance. It's a very good word. Okay, well, back to the stinking task list. Yeah, I mean, it's starting to look pretty, you know, I can even show you a little snippet here. This is what I was trying to get done for this week, which is the reset button, which I did yesterday. Skill gain level up replacement, this is sort of figuring out what it is, and I've got that idea now. Healing items, student's currency, I figured that as well, which is, I'm not going to do it. Combat double bug, so you don't get multi-hit, fix that just now. Still need to do these, which is adding one more 2D section, because there's a bit near the end of the game, near the end of the demo, where you like go through like a side-scrolling 2D bit, which I like. But I want to introduce that concept a little bit earlier, so I need to figure out a good place to fit that. I've got a fishing village that I want to design and discuss. That's more so a matter for discussion than something I'm trying to get done this week. I've got the reputation and respect system, which is still sort of sorting out the kinks of that concept, which that's another discussion thing. And then limit usage of skill gaining items, which is going to be a bit of a thing that I want to tussle with off of stream, because that doesn't seem like it'll be that fun to work on. And it's going to be a lot of looking at the plugin commands and sorting through these sorts of screens. Ugh. So do this, which is battle pop-ups. States manually oh, so this is custom battle. I don't think this is what I thought it was. Because I was trying to get damage numbers. I mean, I can do this with damage numbers. Like HP damage, I can change the color of numbers. I really want to change the variety of how they work, because right now they just sort of, like, you hit an enemy and then a little damage value falls straight down, which is boring. It's lame. Instead, what I want to do is... Oh, my back. I want to do something a little more interesting, a little more cool. Maybe something that, like, flies away, or flies the other way. And the parameters... Okay, custom... pop-up custom code, not custom pop-up code. Some do-it-yourself note boxes. Okay, and inside these you can override the default code and use your own instead if the note box remains if the default code will be used. Okay, so parameter section of... Okay, so this is what it is. So I can change my own text values, which is handy, which is nice. So there's that, which is a good option to have. Ooh, having like effective or weak text pop up would be pretty good. Like for moves that will specifically strike a weakness, to have it pop up and say weak. That'd be good. So pop-up position and movement. I don't know what the movement coder does. Sprite X equals this X. Sprite Y equals this Y dot minus this dot height. Get out of the way! Stop booting up No Man's Sky over and over. Stop it! Okay, there we go. So I just delete this little... What do I just delete it? Let me run head first into a battle. After collecting all my money. You there, fight me. Alright, I'm gonna hit him, and it's gonna look cool. It didn't look cool. Didn't look cool at all. Just kinda looks boring. Alright, well this battle pop-ups thing is not exactly what I was hoping it would be. We're gonna find something else. Okay. Checking the forums. RPG Maker, MV, plugin for damage numbers. Because we want those to look cool. Damage pop. These aren't what I'm looking for. Alright, you know what? Okay. We're gonna do the damage number stuff just a touch later. Cause as it is, you know, going into the minutia and like fiddling with how some of the numbers look, not the most exciting thing in the world, right? So whatever. That's another thing that we're gonna add to the task list for later. Damage numbers look more good. Yeah. Okay. So, you know, what I think I'm gonna do instead is the fun part of a lot of this stuff. We've got a whole map. We've got a whole map here with like a very little bit of outline, but not anything particularly strict. We've got all this space to fill out. We got all this space to fill out. All this space to really fill out. So what we're gonna do here is just have some fun, work on some area design. Yeah, this is a good part. This is a cool part. Oof, felt that one. So I've got, I think, so I'm trying to think exactly what it is that I would like to put here, which I think, I've been going for about, okay, nearly 2 hours. Yeah, so I think what I'm gonna do is try to get a better plan of what I want to put here, and then I will call it for now. Call it for today's stream, and I think I'll be back tomorrow to probably work on this some more. Maybe fiddle with some of the plugin stuff that I've got figured out. Once I got it figured out. Okay, so this is just gonna be like some basic stuff. Like, you're gonna be trying to avoid running into enemies, you got all sorts of different patterns, little puzzles, and probably not really puzzles, but challenges of varying sorts to reach this little bit of the farm up here, which is your main goal. At least for this first section. Then you go to the farm, you have a whole little mini-boss encounter with like a robot. It'll be sick, I promise. And then you come up here, you meet these other group of schmucks, the Tricolor Trio. And they get an introduction, and then you spend this whole section trying to chase them down. And here is my idea, because I like the idea of like trying to chase them down. You're trying to get them to cross this way. Like, let's say that the bridge right here is completely blocked off. Like, you have no way of passing through this section. So what you gotta do is you get up here, and maybe this will be more squarish, and you have to sort of herd them around from place to place. Maybe you've got, like, Sector 1, Sector 2, Sector 3, Sector 4, you know, whatever. And these will each be sort of connected. Something like... Let's get rid of the square tool. Something a little bit like this. It'll look nicer than this, but something comparable to this. Maybe, like, block off some pathways here and there. Maybe make this a little smaller, too. This is a little large. But my idea is that you're chasing this group of miscreants down. And... lost my train of thought. So you're chasing this group of bad guys all around the map. And... we can go ahead and fill these in. Once you reach, like, one of these each little corners, what they'll do is, like, right here, they'll be right here, they'll run away up to the top, or they'll run away to this side, they'll run away down here. And what you'll have to do is put down some boxes or something to sort of herd them so that they, either, if you block this path off, and then come this way, they'll be like, uh-oh, we gotta go, and then they run up here and like, oh, it's locked, we're gonna have to unlock the door and run this way. Or, block this path off and force them to go up here. Either way, it'll be pretty simple, but it'll give you an option to sort of close the path off on them, which will force them to retreat through the bridge. That's the concept. That's the base concept. And I'm thinking how I want to execute that is have sort of a position value for them. So if there's position value 1, position value 2, position value 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right. Or even something like, they could just run around up in this little quadrant here. And you have to block off the path. So it could be something like checking to see if a box is blocking the pathway here. And if there is a box there, then they're like, whoa, we gotta go up here. Simple. I think that should be pretty easy to execute. In all honesty. So we'll put something like that right here. To make it a little easier on me, I'll have the path only be like one wide. Which just makes it a little easier, which you'll probably see tomorrow, because I don't think I'm going to be worrying too much about this stuff today. I'm starting to get a little bit tired. So yeah, we're going to have sort of a wider path here, and then we'll cut this path thin as well. So you can block off either of these two positions to force them to run a different way, to take a different path. Yeah, okay, that works. Pretty simple, but that'll sort of fit our purposes, because, like I said, all they're going to be doing is like running around in this little square here. But I think we could do a little bit more here just for the sake of challenges and stuff. So I'm gonna put probably a little, we'll put like a little viewing window here, like a challenge back in this corner. Like maybe you have a box down here, you push it up here to block some stuff. And then we'll have, I think, something else right here or so. Yeah, and we can put something right here. So that's a good idea for this. This is just a basic little dodging challenge. This is going to be something where you have to like trap some people and get them to follow a specific path. So those are two little good bits of variety. Now the question is, what do I want to put right here? And I don't really know the answer to that quite yet, because you're going to have to put in a lot of effort to even reach this hidden area with this concept. So I think the secret area itself should be pretty simple, in exchange for you having to put in a lot of work to reach it. So the idea is that this is a bit more of a rocky area. Maybe there's like falling rocks that you've got to dodge. Not a bad idea, if I say so myself. Better idea. There is a boulder that's sort of rolling down through this rocky crevasse. And you have to look at the ground and notice slight differences, because one's going to be like having a slightly different texture that like means it signifies it's cracked. And what you got to do is you got to run through this whole maze, this little boulder maze, while avoiding getting squished and avoiding stepping on bad tiles to reach the end. Now, the dangerous floor is going to be very, very easy to implement. Like that's not even really a challenge at all. Now, here is something I want to test. How do I make a boulder chase properly? Maybe there's like a boulder, there's like a rock. Like a rock. Yeah, it's a rock. We'll just use this boulder. So, it's pretty easy to make this touch the player, and then, oops, you're dead. Like, that's not hard to do. But what is hard to do is, because, like, I'm thinking this would probably be a 3x3 corridor with, like, occasional dips. And I need to figure out how... I mean, I guess I could just make all three of them sort of move at the same time, next to each other, like they'd each have their own move route, which... it would kind of be a pain, but I guess I could make it work. Yeah, I mean, I think that's probably the only thing I really can do. Let's make it fast, max frequency, and approach the player at all times, so it just chases them down. And if it touches the player, it will transfer the player right here. Actually, we'll do the full kit and caboodle. Transfer them to the transfer mat, and then transfer them back. Fade out, fade in to match. So now we got a little boulder that should be chasing after us. Oh shit, it's a boulder! Okay. Well, it's a little stupid. I don't know why it's, like, taking these weird turns. They're not gonna... Oh, I set it to action button. Player touch. Yeah, so... I don't think it's gonna work if I set it to approach, because the approach thing, it means it'll just, like, track on you and approach you, right? Like, you know, logically, that makes sense. But I think you're seeing the problem. It is dumb as rocks. Haha, that's funny because it's a brick. Because it's a big, big rock. But, yeah, no, that's not... That's really not working the way I want it to. First I gotta set this to event touch so it'll work properly. But I think it's gonna have to be custom. What does fixed do, actually? No, fixed, I'm dumb. Fixed means it doesn't go anywhere. Let's say custom is just like, right, down, left, up. Trying to set the move routes for these is gonna be kind of monotonous. I mean, I guess I could just do separate boulder paths. Like, that wouldn't actually be that hard, I don't think. I mean, it would be like the enemy dodging stuff, except you wouldn't have a combat encounter. It would just be like a long stretch where you have to avoid getting hit, and also avoid stepping on bad floor. Which that actually works pretty well, I think. Yeah, we'll just do something like that where you have like a bunch of long stretches where you have to like dodge a boulder. Okay, cool. Well, we got a bit of a better idea for what I want to do with this area. We'll have a little chase down here where you gotta hunt some dudes. This is a place where you're getting chased by some boulders, and trying to avoid stepping on bad floor. I think that's kind of it. Yeah. Yeah, good amount of progress today. Got some important systems in place, and I've sort of rethought through a lot of my decisions. So not a ton of visible progress, but a lot of stuff that is, I think, fairly essential. But I'm probably going to be doing a lot of work tonight, though, trying to figure out how to properly incorporate a lot of these other things and just get it working smoother. But oh well. That is something that we can worry about in due time. Yeah, okay, that's a good place to end it for today. But I'm going to do something that I have not done before. And I'm going to do a raid, because I know how to do those now. You see. Yeah. He's a Colrad's a cool dude, so I'm going to click the raid button. Goodbye. Thanks for watching.